It's that time of year again. The new Call of Duty beta is here, and you know what that means. We can all start pretending that last year's Call of Duty is the worst one ever, and that this one will be the second coming of insert name of first Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4, absolutely, that one. This happens every year, but how is this year's version of COD shaping up? Well, let's check in on the experts to see what they're saying.
But right now, in this very, very limited glimpse almost of the Black Ops 6 multiplayer, it looks like a game that has a lot of potential, but it's a game that is going to have a lot of work done to it.
And it really makes you realize how big of a piece of shit Black Ops 6 really is, man. It's so horrible looking. The graphics are horrible. The movement's horrible. Everything about that game can suck a big, huge, hairy black dong.
Okay. So, seems like the normal amount of hating change with a sprinkle more of indecision with this year's version. But let's go ahead and just dolphin dive on in to what makes this entry into COD unique. Because, of course, there always has to be something different. And let's get down to the most important thing. What is this game's version of the M4 called? Since the first Black Ops, we have been getting weird names for the M4. In the first game, it was the Commando. In this version, like Cold War, it's the XM4, which I guess that makes sense since the gun was in development through the early 90s where this game takes place. But like, could we have gotten a little bit more creative with our prototype here? Like, could we have gotten a Barbie dress-up G36, i.e., the XM8. Hell, the G36 was in development during this time. It was another early 90s gun. Couldn't we throw that in here? Anyways, in all seriousness, this year's big innovation is Omni movement, allowing you to sprint and dive in any direction, letting you do your best Max Payne impression around every single corner in matchmaking, because, you know, that won't get annoying. This is great. This is a great way to traverse the map if your main way of playing the game is with a controller and an analog stick and you can move your thumb in any direction you would like, but it is a resounding fuck you to every keyboard and mouse player with their total of 8 possible directions they can go with their WASD setups. But, you know, this seems to be the new direction of Call of Duty under Microsoft. In the grand tradition of Microsoft PC gaming, those players shall be second-class citizens. So as a console gamer, I guess what I can say now is, look who's the master race now. We are the captains. Speaking of this new Microsoft era, Black Ops 6 will be the first Call of Duty available day one with Game Pass. And you know what that means. Now, when someone downloads the readily available cheats on PC and they get banned after 6 months of aimbotting, they just have to sign up for a new Game Pass with a stolen credit card for like $1, as opposed to putting $60 on that stolen credit card. Microsoft is doing us favors. And will Call of Duty or Microsoft do anything about it? Probably not. They get new signups for their precious subscription service, which is probably a KPM, a key metric for the shareholders. So the big businessmen in ties are happy, the cheaters are happy, and well, we, the general cannon fodder of COD, can continue just absorbing bullets for them. But most importantly, what will those cheating fucks be killing us all with? Well, let me introduce you to the Jackal PDW, the weapon the community has quickly decided is the meta gun, and I'll be honest with you. At first, I thought it was an AK-74U. Then I noticed my monkey brain wasn't being fed with a banana clip and instead a magazine in the pistol grip. I guess this thing is more of a spiritual predecessor to the MSMC from Black Ops 2, rather than that great old submachine gun assault rifle hybrid from Call of Duty 4. And while the gun was nerfed during the second weekend, the open beta weekend, if you will, it has still been a popular pick among the tryhards. Which reminds me, tryhards, why are you still around? We got nearly 100 pages over the past year saying the harder you try in this game, the less enjoyable your day-to-day COD games will be. Skill-based matchmaking has been strong in the beta, and at this point, you have to be a pretty smooth-brained individual to want to care about stats and wins and not just turn the monkey brain off and have a good time. I'm really struggling to understand the pursuit of the movement gods and trying to become the best player in COD these days, because it just doesn't matter. Remember, this is a game, and if you are just using the same gun over and over, you're just going to be running on a virtual treadmill, doing the same thing for the entire year with your sad and miserable life. Just move on, do something else. And speaking of the attention seekers, let's next talk about cosmetics, because usually Call of Duty would launch with a set of tactical skins in the game to give you the illusion of this like rough and rugged tactical military shooter, then slowly drip feed more and more wild and crazy skins as they get introduced into the game until you're like a weird dude running around with a creepy piñata on your head, making everyone question their decisions. Well, good news. Black Ops 6 says you can skip straight to running around as a zombie cyborg. You just have to hand over $100 for the Vault edition of the game, which, hey, credit for the devs for taking a shortcut with the life cycle of this game. Now, if they could just do a similar shortcut and get the netcode feeling like it will for this time next year, I think everyone would be a lot happier with the matchmaking. Okay. So we've talked movement, skill-based matchmaking, guns, cosmetics. What else was there to yell about? Oh, that's right. The new game mode that we're going to be forced to play, because every single COD needs a new hyped up game mode. Well, the stupid new game mode is Kill Order, is the new game mode that we will all immediately deselect from the quick play filter and forget about as soon as possible. It's a version of Team Deathmatch where one person on each team gets selected as the VIP. This person gets armor plates and a vest with 3 spares, similar to Warzone. Killing the VIP nets you extra points. I'm pretty sure the VIP also gets extra points with their kills. First one to the usual team deathmatch cap wins. Overall, it's just TDM with more steps, and half the time you won't even know you're the VIP because the notification is super easy to miss with all the other notifications that fly in during your normal COD match. So that's the COD beta for this year. You'll either hate it, love it, or be indifferent with it. Either way, I look forward to my multiple $1 trials this year.